What do we got? We got ourselves Kalosis. Hello. How you doing, my dude? Playing the Frost DK with Lucron coming back, barraging the Alliance on his Demolisher. We got P-Blood, Shock Me, baby. And we got Wanna. Do you wanna? We got Seavark playing the Mage on Team Red with Camorath as a Fury Warrior, Kenshi as a Windwalker Monk. We got ourselves Peachy going up first as a Feral. Oh my god, where's the Lucron? First up. And in the back, we got Shadow. Peachy, though, going to be going up first. Where's the Lucron? Landing the Rake Opener off the bat. And Lucron actually playing with a Succubus against Peachy. Thorns are up for Peachy early on, trying to get him taking the roots onto the Succubus pet. And it's actually going to try to see if he can catch a reset. I think that's exactly what he's going to go for, is catching a reset onto Lucron. I don't think he realized that Lucron's playing his Succubus pet. That actually might be huge. Is that a playstyle for Lucron? Is that something new? Dropping down Boskage Bombers, and Peachy actually not able to land that opener onto Lucron. Gonna go, I think, for a Shadow Mill for a second, just to see if he could dip away, or maybe Inkar and Restealth away from Lucron's Fear. Horror effect to follow, though, but that's gonna be Lucron barraging him with Shadow Bolts. That's gonna be Fear locking him out. So Lucron actually got Peachy locked out for a bit. Gonna get the pets up and running, and Peachy gonna go behind the pillar for just a second. Double Crucible onto Lucron as Ultidas are up and running. Is gonna get a wall up and running with Summon Demon Tyrant. Does Lucron have a stun to follow? Peachy's out in the open. Is he gonna pop a wall here? That's gonna be Boskage Bombers dropping on Peachy with a Tyrant attacking him. Actually, I believe he's not even sacrificing the pets. I think he's actually keeping all the pets alive. Peachy popping his first wall with a bit of thorns against some of those pets. It's gonna be all the Succubus CC corruption going down, and Lucron is about half his health from all those dots. Normal wall available versus Peachy. The pets are doing quite a number. Bites are pretty big though. And does land a Drain Life onto Peachy as he's gonna go behind the pillar with a couple of regrowths and Entangled Roots onto the Succubus pet. But Peachy's finding himself at about half his health right now, landing a Restealth against Lucron, so that's gonna be quite a bit of damage. Lucron hopefully has a horror effect. As long as he's able to get CC chains onto Peachy, he might be in a good spot. Drain life off of that Fear, catching quite a bit of health, and keeps the Succubus next to Peachy at all times in case he ever needs it. And Succubus should be able to keep slows onto Peachy, dropping down Boskage Bombers. Peachy actually backing away from those. Drain life coming out for Lucron, getting interrupted on it, but is still able to get those imps up and running. But that's going to be a bash out of Peachy with a Crucible to follow. Peachy found himself at about half his health, having to retreat a little bit. Lucron bleeding out right now. Crucible dotting him up. Not in a good spot right now, and last Crucible might be enough. Try to go for a Fear, but does go down. The build, I think, I understand what kind of build he was going for. He was trying to increase the demonic shadow burn damage by running the Impet with an auto talent, but I don't think he's going to be able to against Peachy. I think a normal pet stun with the pet, with the stuns and CC chains, with the horror and fears would have been a better option, but against any other class that would have been good. Shock Me Baby taking advantage of not letting Peachy reset as he's gonna dip behind this corner right here, forcing the Shaman to walk next to him. The Fire Elemental actually walks up next to the guy. The Fire LA actually walked up next to Peachy, popping in wall right now, trying to get some damage in. Shocking Baby probably hoping to get a Lightning Lasso onto Peachy. Gonna be a trinket out of him immediately though, dropping down all the totems. Capacitor totem behind him is actually gonna land the Capacitor totem. Peachy trinket out of Capacitor. Big Earth Shock forcing a safety trinket out of Peachy. He's gonna dip behind the pillar and catch a bunch of hots while he's got it. The pet is gonna despawn, and Shocking Baby will have the Earth Elemental to work with here. Peachy catching a quick Restealth for just a second. Short Lightning Lasso is gonna attack for just a moment. No kicks available against Shock Me Baby. That's gonna hit him in the root. While Peachy looking to catch a Restealth, not gonna be able to do it. Is gonna go into bear form. Wall coming up, might go for a bit of damage while wall is up and running. Shock Me Baby walling this as well. Has a second wall with a primal Earth Elemental in case things really ever go bad. Thorns are up for Peachy. Not really gonna get hit by Shock Me Baby onto those thorns. Does interrupt him on nature for just a second, and is gonna get a root. Shock Me Baby gonna go for that Crucible self heal. Massive heal with a Warlock Hellstone while Skyfear Totem is up. Big Earth Shock onto Peachy. Peachy not killing the Skyfear Totem. Might be a bad setup. Could be a big setup for Shock Me Baby, trying to get himself a bit of a Storm Strike Totem going. Storm Strike? Is that what it is? The ability? I just looked at it and I missed it. Lightning Lasso coming down without that Sky Fury Totem. We don't see Shamans a lot anymore. Stormkeeper, that's what it is. That's one ability we never see anymore. We used to see it all the time, boys. If you don't see it, you forget it. If you use it, you don't. If you don't use it, you lose it, kind of deal. You know what I mean? But that's gonna be Shock Me Baby. Still just get a barrage with all those dots. The bleeds are huge. Skyfear Totem gonna give him quite a bit of crit heaviness, and is gonna try to see if he can get a slow totem onto Peachy. Is going to keep him in combat, though. Doesn't get that opener. Tried for it, though. Lightning allows it to follow as he got Thorns up and running. Shock Me Baby trying to equalize Peachy's health to his. Is going to knock him back, but a Crucible is going to one-shot him afterwards. Oh, my goodness. Peachy is retreating back to his side of the pillar to recover health as soon as possible. Who is going to be up next? It is going to be Kalos, actually. Playing Latent Energy Trinket from Eternal Palace. Very interesting move. Is going to pick up the eyes just to make sure he can see Peachy. If he can go for some huge damage, he might be able to do something. Is going to get Peachy out in the open, kind of splashing on the other guys on the team a little bit, but they should be in the arena to begin with. I think they were moving out just to make sure that they can be away from Peachy. The Cal has an easier time seeing him. Cal, though, getting rooted. Peachy just tried to save and wait out his trinket right now. That Latent Arcana is a 30-second buff if you channel for 4 seconds. And it gives you a lot of extra stats. I don't really know if that'll work that well with the Frost Ethics since they're so sustain heavy. Even in PvE dungeons, unless you're going for a Breath build. And Breath build is just not good in PvP. So Peachy might be an advantage here regardless. I don't think that trinket does anything for you, although it's a nice trinket in general. It gives you crit. But it's going to be rooted into Kalos as Peachy is going to go and treat him callously by bleeding him up, rooting him down, and then AFKing away from the guy. But looks like Kalos is able to cap a couple of death strikes here and there. Peachy's still unable to recover full health. So far, he's been pressured by Shock Me Baby, always dropped in health by Lucron, always sitting at lowish health, and now Kalos is doing quite a decent job. But being a Frost DK, you can definitely see the damage output compared to Shock Me Baby and Lucron is a lot lower. Even the sustained damage is just so hard to manage. It's very rampy, and Peachy might actually be able to catch himself a reset, exactly what he's looking for. A Lichborn coming out for Kalos. Should have been using it a little bit early, I feel like, versus Peachy, just to reduce how much damage it takes. Does land a stun on the Feral, but that's going to be Thorns. He doesn't want to hit into Thorns. He decided to use Crucible defensively just to give himself a bit of a heal. AMS is available if he wants to continue on here, but might use AMS for the next setup. Has some cooldowns rolling, but Peachy is going to bail behind the pillar just in a moment. Try to use a bit of a travel form just to see if he can catch himself a reset. AMS available for Kalos, but that means Peachy is going to have Thorns for free next time around. If he can just survive until Thorns are up. Big bites coming on to Kalos. Needs to go for Death Strikes back to back. Crucibles are coming out. Doesn't even have AMS to deal with Crucibles either. That's going to be quite a lot of damage. Kalos does have Warlock Hellstone from Lucron. That's about all he's got. But the constant resets by Peachy are just insane. I don't think there's anything this guy can do unless you go for full transfusion death strikes. There's not a lot you can do. Peachy is just trying to walk around and change his playstyle on the fly. He's going from a bleed playstyle to a damage playstyle where he's shredding and where he's biting. He's just always staying flexible with it. In an arena where there's not a lot of pillars to really work with, so he's doing quite a good job. Gonna see a Lichborn coming out of Kalos. Looks like Peachy trying to continue the bleeds without bite and trying to go a little bit of a reset away from the guy. Gonna be a grip by the Death Knight, and Peachy power shifting immediately just to get behind the pillar. Kalos is taking more of the bleed damage right after, not letting Peachy get a reset. But Thorns are up. AMS is available for Kalos. Good use that AMS, and it's gonna go for those a bit of a transfusion. Needs to stop Peachy from running away. To get those Death Strikes back to back, is able to get quite a bit of heal from it. But the Thorns are just prickling him back. But at least he finds himself at about half his health. 7 minutes in, 17% dampening, boys. It's going to make it harder for Kalosis to come back out to dealing with all the damage that Peachy's able to put out. Landing a bash on the guy. And a couple of brutal slashes. Maybe a big old bite. Got him rooted. Bleeds are up. And Kalosis gives a little bit of a cry before he goes down. Very well played by Peachy. Calculated at the end there, too. And P-Blood is going to be up next. Is he playing on Sub Rogue or is he playing Assassination this time? Peachy going for Mage Foot immediately while in bear form, dude. He's just trying to recover. And he's got himself in an interesting position. Does swipe the Rogue out, forcing P-Blood to come out in the open. Thorns are up, forcing P-Blood to disengage from those Thorns. Peachy is able to punish him with a little bit of got himself some hots up and running. So he's ready for the next fight. Getting a little bit of a Crucible to put some damage early on. It's tricky coming out for P-Blood though. Tricky for Peachy as well. That's going to be P-Blood trying to get Peachy as low as possible. Hopefully he's not using too many cooldowns right now. Peachy just needs to stay as low in health as possible. So P-Blood just needs to keep him low. And then catch him in a blind, and that's it. Peachy, I think you tried to maybe go for a shot him out there, or maybe like a little bit. But that Malik is going to stop his healing. P-Blood getting reopened on Peachy. Needs to get some strong bleeds on P-Blood right now. This is a perfect opportunity. It's going to land him in a root, and actually it's going to make him bleed. Peachy, though, needs to maintain their health. He's sitting at about half. If Blood can catch him in a stun at half health, especially out of bear form and out of any form, that's going to be bad. Blinds him. Blood, this is your opportunity, man. Shadow Blades are necessary. Everything is necessary. You got to get everything done right now. This is your opportunity. Nightblade available. Kidney shot if this is your game to lose. Landing those eviscerates back to back. The Shadow Strike forcing out a safety chicken. Has to fight through that thing. Is having to sink eviscerates into that safety chicken. Peachy coming out with barely any health. Swift man off of that. After getting a bash of the P-Blood, he might actually catch himself a reset here. No, Peachy's sitting around the entrance of the corner. Is going to be able to land an opener guy to reset his bleeds. Blood is going to go for a bit of Cloak of Shadows. Has Peachy on the ropes right now. Wall coming out for Peachy. Blood also still has evasion. Going for the advantage. Might be able to get a stab at Peachy. He's going for Crucible, stacking health as much as he can. Getting P-Blood with a Moonfire out. Another kidney shot. Nothing available. Blood, do you have the damage here? 10 minutes in. 30% dampening. Peachy got nothing. And Blood does take him out. And Seawork is there to punish him immediately. I think Blood is like, yeah, there's nothing he can do. At least I killed the Feral. I'm happy to have done that. Seawork is going to be up next versus Wanwa, playing that Unholy Death Knight. Does go for a pet stun. There's still going to be greater power burst regardless. Should we delay the pet stun a little bit later? It's going to be a big... Ooh, landing that interrupt. This gets him with... Wow, I didn't know you could do that. I thought you couldn't do that. He has a grip if he needs to on Seawork. That's going to be Maledict onto Wanwa for any healing he's going to get. Going for that AMS right now. Still trying to catch up to Seawork. Going to be AMS. Just going to shred it. Does have Death Pact of his own. Necrotic his own health. Oh, Maledict actually probably prevent a lot of that healing. Wanwa barely has anything left. Down it goes. Peachy just shredded the team down, dude. That's a lot of damage. And that's a map with little line of sight. So that's perfect for anybody who doesn't want line of sight. But the roots are perfect. He creates line of sights with roots on his own.